Welcome to Chasing English, your friendly corner to practice reading, listening, shadowing, and quick reflex every single day. If you want simple English that feels warm and easy, you're in the right place. Read with me, listen with me, repeat after me. Answer fast when I ask little questions. Do a little every day, and your English will grow strong, step by step, with Chasing English. Today's story is about a young woman and her English journey. In the original story, the main character had a different name. Here, we will call her Emma. Emma is 25 years old. She is a graphic designer. She lives in a small town in Italy where the streets are narrow, the cafes smell like fresh coffee, and the sky turns gold in the evening. Emma loves the sound of English. She watches Hollywood movies on her small laptop after work. She listens to English songs while she sketches logos and posters for her clients. The rhythm of the words makes her smile. But speaking feels hard. It feels scary. It feels like a door she cannot open yet. In the morning, Emma rides her bicycle to a cozy studio. Her desk is near a big window. People walk by with flowers and bread. On the wall, she keeps tiny sticky notes, color ideas, quotes, little drawings of stars. On one note, she wrote, "One day I will speak English well." She looks at it often. She wants that day to come soon. Why is speaking so hard for Emma? She understands the problem, but it still feels heavy. First, she is afraid of mistakes. She worries people will judge her. Second, she doesn't practice speaking enough. She reads and listens, but she stays quiet. Third, she has a strong translation habit. In her head, she moves every sentence from Italian to English. It takes time, and the words come out slow and a little strange. Fourth, her vocabulary is still small. Sometimes the right word is hiding. Fifth, pronunciation is tricky. Some English sounds don't exist in Italian, so her mouth feels unsure. One Tuesday, Emma has a big online meeting. A new client from the United States will join the call. Emma's heart beats fast. Her hands feel warm and a little shaky. She knows what she wants to say, in Italian. But in English, her mind starts to translate word by word. The sentences break. The silence grows. She feels stuck between two languages, like standing on a thin bridge in the wind. She tries her best. She says hello with a small smile. She gives her design ideas, but the words come slow. Sometimes she chooses the wrong word. Sometimes she forgets the ending of a sentence. When the meeting ends, the client is kind, but Emma feels embarrassed. She closes her laptop and rests her head on the desk. "I know I can do better," she whispers. That evening, Emma walks to the river. The lights shine on the water. She sits on a bench with her notebook. She writes about the meeting. She writes honestly. "I was nervous. I translated too much. I need to think in English. I need to practice speaking. I need more words. I need better sounds." Her eyes are soft, not angry. She is not giving up. She is making a plan. Emma decides to start a real English adventure. Not just learning, living with English every day. She wants a friendly place that will guide her, remind her, and make practice feel simple and fun. She finds Chasing English. "Okay," she tells herself, "I will use Chasing English every day." She writes a small promise in her notebook. Read easy stories out loud with Chasing English. Listen to short clips and repeat the sentences. This is shadowing. Train reflex. Answer quick, simple questions without translating. Speak for 1 minute about my day, even if it's not perfect. Add 5 new words to my word bank. Smile at mistakes. They are steps, not stones. She puts the note by her bed so she will see it first thing in the morning. She chooses a new, kind voice in her head. "Emma, you are learning. Small steps count. Keep going." Before sleep, she opens a simple English story on her phone. She listens once. She listens again and whispers with the reader. Her tongue feels new, like practicing a tiny dance. It is not perfect. It does not need to be. She is starting. Outside, the town grows quiet. Inside, Emma's heart feels light. Tomorrow will be day one. She will meet English in small pieces, sounds, words, phrases, and she will let them live in her mouth, not only in her mind. She turns off the lamp and smiles in the dark. Chasing English, she says softly. Let's do this together. Morning comes. Emma sits on her bed and reads the small promise she wrote last night. She smiles. 15 minutes first, she tells herself. Just start. She turns on Chasing English. A warm voice says a short sentence. Emma listens once. She listens again and shadows. She repeats at the same time, trying to match the rhythm. Good morning. I'm ready to practice. Her voice is soft at first, then stronger. It feels like a mini workout for her mouth. In the kitchen, Emma makes tea and lets English fill the room. She plays a short listening clip while she cuts fruit. The clip asks a quick question. What did you do yesterday? Emma answers fast, without translating. I worked on a logo. I rode my bike. I watched a movie. Small answers, simple and quick. This is her reflex practice. It feels new and fun. Emma changes her phone to English. The calendar, the weather app, the notes, everything is now in English. She places tiny paper labels on home items: door, cup, window, lamp. When she touches them, she says each word out loud. Cup, she holds it. Window, she points and smiles. These small moments make English feel close to her life. On her way to work, Emma talks to herself in simple English, just 1 or 2 lines at a time. I'm riding my bike. The air is fresh. I feel excited to practice today. Sometimes her mind tries to jump back to Italian. When she notices it, she breathes and gently brings her thoughts back to English. No stress, no shame, just practice. At lunch, Emma picks a short TV show she loves. She watches with English subtitles. She writes down useful phrases she hears again and again. Let me show you. Does that work for you? Could you repeat that? After the episode, she mimics one short scene. She copies the speed, the pauses, the feeling. She is not acting for anyone. She is building a new sound inside herself. That evening, Emma stands in front of the mirror. Hello, I'm Emma. I'm a graphic designer based in Italy. She smiles at her reflection and keeps going. Today, I want to show you 2 logo options. She checks her mouth for the sound in with and thank you. Tongue gently between the teeth. She tries again. With, thank you. Better. She writes a tiny note. Tongue out for the. Next, she records a 1-minute talk on her phone. Today I worked on a poster for a coffee shop. The client wants warm colors and a clean font. She listens back. She hears where she is too slow, where she sounds unsure, where she drops a sound. She does not feel sad. She feels curious. She records again, a little smoother this time. Before bed, Emma makes flashcards. On one side, she writes a phrase. On the other side, the meaning or a sample line. I'm reaching out to. Start an email or call. Let me share my screen. Use in meetings. Could you clarify? Polite question. I'm based in. Location. We're on the same page. We agree. She reviews them while she waits for her tea. 5 new phrases a day. She can do that. 2 weeks pass. Emma keeps her routine small and steady. Read a short page out loud with Chasing English. Listen and shadow a 30-second clip. Speak for 1 minute about her day. Write 3 to 5 lines in her journal. Review 5 phrases with flashcards. On a sunny Saturday, Emma tries something new, a conversation group at a cafe. There are 6 people around a long wooden table. Some want to practice English, some want to practice Italian. They set a simple rule, 15 minutes English, 15 minutes Italian. When it's time for English, Emma keeps her sentences short and clear. Hi, I'm Emma. I design logos and posters. I like movies and tea. A friendly man nods. What movie did you watch this week? Emma answers, slowly but without translating. I watched a cooking show. The chef speaks fast, but I learned 3 new words. They laugh together. The mood is light. Mistakes are normal here. A woman at the table says, mistakes show we're trying. Emma writes that sentence in her heart. At work, Emma prepares for her next client call. She opens her mirror notes and practices. Hello, can you hear me well? Great, I'll share my screen. Here are 2 options. Which one feels better for your brand? She times herself. She practices intonation, up for questions, down for statements. She smiles while she speaks, because a smile changes the music of her voice. Her reading gets stronger too. Emma buys a graded reader, a short book for learners. Each night she reads one small chapter. She underlines new words, then tries to guess the meaning from the story. After reading, she opens her journal and writes in simple sentences. Today, the character made a hard choice. I think the ending will be happy. This daily writing helps Emma build clean sentences. It also keeps her calm. Emma wants to face her shyness in real life. At the coffee shop, she hears two tourists ask the barista for help with directions. The barista looks busy. Emma takes a quiet breath and steps closer. Excuse me, she says kindly. Do you need help? Yes, thank you. How do we get to the river? Emma points and explains with short phrases. Go straight, turn left at the bakery. Walk 5 minutes. The river is there. Perfect. Thanks so much. Emma feels a warm light in her chest. It was a tiny conversation, but it was real. She did it. At home that night, she opens Chasing English again and does a quick reflex drill. The app asks, name 3 things you did today. Emma answers fast. I worked. I helped tourists. I practiced English. Ask for repetition. Could you repeat that, please? End a meeting politely. Thank you for your time. Talk to you soon. Her answers are not perfect, but they are ready. They come faster now. Weeks turn into a gentle rhythm. Emma notices small wins. She thinks in English more often. She waits less for words. She smiles more during practice. She hears her mistakes and fixes one at a time. One evening, Emma walks by the river again. The lights dance on the water like before, but something inside her is different. She does not feel locked outside the English door anymore. She is inside the room, moving around, touching things, learning where they belong. She whispers, half to herself, half to the night. I'm not afraid of mistakes. I am learning. She opens her notebook to plan tomorrow, shadow one scene from a movie. Practice then R for 5 minutes. Speak for 2 minutes about a design project. Write a short message to a new English friend. Review 5 phrases. At the top she writes, keep it simple. Keep it daily. Emma closes the notebook and smiles. The plan is working, not because it is big, but because it is small and steady. With Chasing English, she is building her voice, one easy line at a time. Days pass, and Emma's plan becomes a habit. Her practice feels small, kind, and steady. Now she wants to use English with real people. She decides to open the door a little wider. She joins 2 online groups about design and movies. The members write in English. Emma reads short posts and leaves simple comments. Nice color choice. I like this scene. It feels warm. A woman replies, thank you. Do you design too? Yes, Emma answers. I make logos and posters. They keep talking in short, friendly lines. Emma learns small, natural phrases like nice catch, good call, I'm on it. She saves them in her phrase bank. Emma also finds a language partner who wants to learn Italian. They chat twice a week on video. They set a clear rule. 15 minutes English, 15 minutes Italian. Her partner says, how was your day? Emma answers slowly, without translating. I worked on a coffee poster. The client likes the second draft. I feel happy. Great job, the partner smiles. What's next? I will send a price list and timeline tomorrow. To push herself, Emma tries local events in English. She signs up for an art talk at a gallery. The speaker is British. The accent sounds new in her ears. At first, it is fast. Emma breathes and catches keywords: texture, light, contrast, composition. After the talk, she writes 3 lines in her notebook. The painter uses strong light. I like the second painting best. I learned the word contrast. Next, she goes to a cooking class taught in English. The teacher laughs and moves quickly. Emma practices polite questions. Could you repeat that, please? Is this the right amount of salt? When she leaves, she can say a recipe in simple English. Boil pasta, add garlic and oil, mix and serve. It feels like a small magic trick, real language for real life. On Friday night, Emma and a friend try a stand-up comedy show in English. It is harder than the class. The jokes are fast. Some lines fly past her. She doesn't catch every word, but she catches the music of the language, the rise, the fall, the quick punch at the end. On the walk home, Emma repeats one short line she understood and mimics the voice. She laughs. Learning can be light. Of course, Emma still makes mistakes. She says comfortable and the teacher gently corrects. Comfortable. She says, yesterday I go to the store, and her partner says, yesterday I went. Emma writes a new rule on a sticky note. Fix one thing. Each day she chooses one small fix, maybe a sound, thar, a tense, went, have done, or a phrase. She records herself, listens once, fixes one thing, and records again. Little by little, her voice gets cleaner. Emma also sets clear goals so she can track progress. Read one short book this month, a graded reader. Watch 2 English shows each week, one with subtitles, one without. Speak for 1 minute daily, 2 minutes on weekends. Write 5 journal lines each night. Review 5 phrases a day with flashcards. She makes a simple weekly rhythm. Mon, pronunciation. R, word stress. 2, verbs and tenses, simple past, present perfect. Wed, phrase bank for work meetings. Thu, listening, shadowing, 30 to 60 seconds. Fry, free talk, tell a story from her week. Sat, real-world practice, event, call, or chat. Sun, review, small celebration. Tea, cookie. Her reading grows too. Emma finishes one graded reader and starts a longer, easy novel. She underlines new words, guesses their meaning, then checks a dictionary only after reading the page. Later, she writes a tiny summary. Chapter 4, the main character made a brave choice. This keeps her English active, not passive. Emma begins to write more. She tries a small email for work in simple, polite English. I'm reaching out to confirm our meeting on Tuesday. Could you clarify the color you prefer? I'll share my screen now. She keeps her sentences short and clear. Clients reply easily. Meetings feel smoother. One afternoon, she attends a new meetup called Sketch and Speak. People draw for 10 minutes, then explain their drawing in English. When it's Emma's turn, she says, this logo idea uses warm brown for coffee and a soft circle for comfort. The font is friendly. Nice, someone says. Why the circle? It feels safe and calm, Emma replies. Her voice shakes a little, but she stays steady. The room claps quietly. She writes in her notebook. I spoke, I explained, I finished. Emma also learns to reflect. On Sunday nights, she opens her journal and answers 4 short questions. What did I do well? What was hard? What did I fix? What is my next small step? This soft check-in keeps her kind to herself. It shows her how far she has come. In small ways, Emma's English becomes part of her life. She labels things at home. She thinks in English on her bike. She orders in English when she hears a tourist. She writes short messages to new friends online. She laughs at a joke she understands on the first try. These are not big fireworks. These are little lights that stay on. One evening, after practice with Chasing English, Emma sits by the window and looks at the quiet street. She whispers, I can feel it. The words come faster. The fear is smaller. She closes her eyes and smiles. Tomorrow, she will do the same small steps again. That is her secret now. Simple practice, every day. Emma's routine is steady now, but she wants more real-life English. She adds music to her plan. She makes a small playlist of 10 slow songs with clear words. Each evening, she follows 3 steps. Listen once with no lyrics. Read the lyrics and underline useful lines. Sing and shadow. She copies the singer's rhythm and stress. She taps the beat on her desk. She softens her T in better, stretches the long E in C, and smiles when a line flows. Music turns practice into play. Emma also builds a calm daily ritual. While she cooks or cleans, she plays a short podcast from Chasing English. The host asks quick questions. Emma answers fast without translating. What did you cook today? Pasta with garlic. How do you feel? Relaxed and proud. What will you do next? Read and sleep. At night, Emma writes and shares. She keeps her diary, but now she tries tiny stories, 6 to 8 lines about her day. She posts one in a beginner writing group. Today I designed a warm logo for a cafe. The circle shape feels safe and friendly. I learned the word contrast. I cooked pasta and listened to a podcast. I sang one song and fixed my T sound. I am tired, but I am happy. People reply with kind notes, nice flow, great details. Check past tense. I cooked, I listened. Emma updates her story. She learns by doing. Emma wants more speaking at work. She sets a new rule for herself, one English lunch each week with a colleague who enjoys languages. They pick a simple topic. Week 1, morning routines. Week 2, favorite movies. Week 3, design tools. They keep sentences short and clear. When Emma forgets a word, she paraphrases, I don't know the word, but it is like a soft brown, a little red, a little yellow. Ah, terracotta? Yes, thank you. She writes it on a sticky note. On Sunday nights, Emma reflects. She checks 5 small boxes. Read, listen, and shadow. Speak 1 to 2 minutes. Write 5 lines. Review 5 phrases. She adds 1 gold star to her calendar. The stars look simple, but they tell a bright story. Steady days make strong skills. A month later, a big chance arrives. A new client call with a U.S. team. Emma prepares with her mirror notes. Hello, can you hear me well? Great, let me share my screen. Here are 2 options. This one is calm. This one is bold. She practices timing, stress, and a friendly tone. When the call starts, she breathes, listens, and speaks without translating. She uses phrases from her cards. Could you clarify that point? We're on the same page. Let's decide a deadline. After the meeting, the client says, clear and professional, thank you. Emma mutes the mic, presses her hands to her heart, and smiles. A real win. Now Emma wants to test herself in a new place. She plans a short trip to the United Kingdom. She packs a small notebook, a pen, and her courage. From day 1, the trip is a soft turning point. At the cafe, a flat white, please. On the street, excuse me, is this the right way to the museum? At the station, 2 tickets to Oxford, please. She hears new accents. Some words are fast. She catches keywords and uses polite lines. Sorry, could you repeat that? Do you mean the second platform? People answer with patient smiles. Emma writes fresh phrases in her notebook. Cheers. Thanks. Mind the gap. Be careful of the space. Takeaway to go. In a museum, she joins a short guided tour. The guide talks about light, shadow, and form. Emma doesn't get every sentence, but she understands enough. She whispers a mini summary to herself. The artist used strong light. The faces are calm. I like the blue one. Outside, she records a 1-minute voice note with her thoughts. Her voice is clear. Her ideas are complete. She listens back and feels proud. At her hostel, guests gather in the common room. A traveler asks, what do you do? I'm a graphic designer from Italy, Emma says. I like warm colors and simple shapes. Nice. What's your style? I try to make friendly logos, soft circles, clean lines. They chat for 20 minutes about food, movies, and maps. Emma doesn't freeze. When she gets stuck, she rephrases or asks for a second. One moment, the word is balance. Got it, the traveler nods. On Saturday, a park group holds conversation hour. Emma joins a small circle on the grass. The rule is be kind, be simple. When it's her turn to share a story, she talks about the cafe logo project. Her hands move a little as she speaks, just enough to help the words. When she finishes, people clap softly. A woman says, your English is clear. I like your voice. Emma writes that in her heart. Of course, there are rough spots. She says comfortable again, then corrects to comfortable. She mixes since and for and laughs as a new friend explains, since 2021, for 2 years. Emma repeats it 3 times and adds a star to that line in her notebook. Before she flies home, Emma sits by a river in the evening light. Different river, same calm feeling. She opens her diary and writes, I ordered coffee with no fear. I understood directions twice. I asked for repetition with a smile. I told a full story about my work. I met 2 new friends. She closes the book. This trip did not make her perfect. It made her braver. Back in Italy, Emma brings the world into her chasing English routine. She adds new cards. Could you speak a bit slower? Let me put that another way. We can keep it simple. She adds new goals. 1 short presentation in English next month. A weekly Q&A post in the design group. 1 helpful comment for beginners every Friday. Emma feels something new growing inside her. a wish to give back. She remembers the fear at the start. She remembers the first tiny wins. Now she wants to help other learners find the same small lights. Her next step is clear. Emma comes home from the UK with a quiet smile. She is not perfect, but she is braver. Now she wants to help others the way people helped her. She returns to the cafe conversation group, but this time she also acts as a mentor. When a new learner freezes, Emma says softly, "It's okay. Take one small line." She teaches her simple rules. Think in English first. Fix one thing each day. Keep sentences short and clear. Ask for help. "Could you repeat that, please?" Emma also starts a tiny help post every Friday in her online design group. Beginner tip: say, "Could you clarify?" instead of "what?" People thank her. Some share their own small tricks. The group feels warm. She sets new goals so she keeps growing. One short presentation in English at work. One book each month, easy to medium. 2 movies each week, one with subtitles, one without. A Q&A post for beginners every Friday. At work, Emma gives a 5-minute talk about logo colors. Her voice is calm. She uses simple phrases. Warm colors feel friendly. Blue feels safe. Let me show you 2 options. Her team nods. A colleague says, "Clear and helpful." Emma writes it in her notebook. "I can explain my ideas in English." At night, Emma reads more. She moves from graded readers to short, easy novels. She underlines a few new words, but she keeps reading for the story. Sometimes she writes a tiny poem in English. Sometimes she writes a short story about a cafe, a window, or the river. She shares it with her new friends and listens to feedback. Her writing grows simple and strong. Emma learns to celebrate small wins. "I understood a joke on the first try. I asked for slower speech without fear. I told a full story at lunch." She draws a small star on her calendar each day she practices. The stars make a bright line across the month. They remind her, steady days make strong skills. Of course, some days are hard. Work is busy. She feels tired. On those days, Emma uses her 10-minute rescue plan. Listen and shadow a 30-second clip. Read out loud 1 page. Speak for 60 seconds about her day. Review 3 phrases. 10 minutes. Done. She does not break the chain. She keeps the door open. Weeks pass. Emma sees her growth in many places. On calls, she speaks without translating. In chats, she uses natural phrases. In emails, she writes polite and clear lines. With strangers, she stays kind and brave. One morning, the US client sends a message. "Your last presentation was very clear. We loved option 2. Let's move forward." Emma breathes in, smiles, and types. "Thank you. I'll send the next draft on Tuesday." She thinks back to her first shaky meeting and feels proud of the road between then and now. On a Sunday walk, 2 tourists ask for help. Emma answers with easy English and a friendly map on her phone. They say, "You saved us." "Thanks." Emma waves and keeps walking by the river. The water is calm. Her mind is calm too. Emma knows her journey will continue. There is always more to learn. New words, new sounds, new stories. But she is not scared anymore. She is curious. She is steady. She is ready. She opens her notebook and writes a last promise to herself. Keep it simple. Keep it daily. Share the light. Thank you for reading Emma's story with Chasing English. If you want to grow your English, do these small daily steps. Read 1 page out loud. Listen to a short clip and shadow it. Train your reflex with quick questions. Answer fast, no translating. Speak for 60 to 120 seconds about your day. Write 3 to 5 simple lines in a journal. Review 3 to 5 useful phrases. Stay kind to yourself. Fix one thing at a time. Celebrate every small win. If this story helped you, follow Chasing English. Practice with us every day, reading, listening, shadowing, and reflex. We're here to make English simple, friendly, and a natural part of your life. See you tomorrow for your next small step.